What's up, YouTube? What's up, everyone? So, as I mentioned on the title, let's talk about Windsor Market. Yep, Windsor Market. Let me adjust my camera here. Okay. I know it's been a while. It's been a while live. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Let me know in the comments below where are you joining the live from and what's your name. I love to know. I love the thumbs ups. Right away, the thumbs ups, man. I love that. What's going on, guys? How is life? From GTA, Zishan. Hey, Zishan, how are you? And so many things happening in Windsor very quickly. So I have lost a lot of updates. Let me try watching how US elections going. Man, I stopped watching that. I'm actually curious. I'm super excitedly waiting for Trump to win. Just a selfish thought, because if Trump wins, Canada can blow more and more because now more people move to Canada instead of US. So just a advantage for us. I know it's a selfish way of thinking, but yeah. I'm trying to log in here on my. So, I want to be a real estate broker someday. Love your channel, Michael. Welcome, Michael, for my channel. Um, why do you want to be one day? Why not today? It's always good to have a specific goal instead of saying one day. Maybe say X day after 1 year or 2 years or whatever. Have a deadline instead of saying one day. That way you already preparing your mind. That's what I told myself when I started investing. I said, you know what, I want to stop working full time and be in real estate full time after 5 years. So the 5 years became actually in 2.5 years, or I think in 2 years. Awesome content on your videos. Watched all your videos. Thank you, Lisa. Glad to see that. Welcome. If anyone new to this channel, let me know your name and where you're watching from, so I know whom I'm talking to. Okay, I'm just trying to pull up the market data for October. So Windsor is still pretty hot. So I'm just I want to give quick update on the Windsor market, and then we can take questions and answers and whatever you guys have. So I'm quickly looking at like the inventory in Windsor pretty low. The number of listings comparative to 2019, we are dropped by like 2%, which means still we have less inventory comparative to last year, but number of sales increased by 18%. Last year it was like 609 and now it's like 720. So the sales, that means there are more people for buying and still the inventory is low. And the average sale price, this is another surprise for me. This is like comparing from last year October to 2020 October. So last year October, the average sale price was 341,848, and now 428,276, which means if you would have bought a property for 340, last year in October in Windsor, your property appreciated by 25.28%. It's a crazy appreciation. If you put 20% down, you made a 125% return on your money. So it's insane. Okay, let me see some questions here. Let me know where are you guys joining from, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button just for algorithm purpose. Uh, I need to take the course, but yes, you're right. I need to stop saying someday and just go for it. Yeah, in the new year, I'm getting my license. Good, I love that. Your sister wedding was so nice to see. Thank you, Liz. Abhishek, according to you, how many of realtors in Canada earn more than 100K a year? Ooh, that's a tough question, Abhishek. I don't know. I haven't done that deep analysis on realtors, but I read an article actually. If you search for um, a real estate salary in Canada, something in that lines, I found one article stated that, especially this is specific to GTA, not overall Canada. In GTA, there are like 50,000. This is in 2017 stats. Out of 50,000 realtors, only 10%, which means over 5,000 realtors, only 5,000 realtors sold over 10 properties. That means pretty much that 10 properties less than 100,000 K. So only 10% of people made 100,000 or more in GTA area in 2018. So if I take that as a ballpark stats for overall realtors career, I think probably 10% of the realtors will make 100K in anywhere. I think again that's just an assumption, just my thought process. Brandon, do you feel the current appreciation will continue for years to come? Also, do you find there are many new investors coming to Windsor? Very good question. Actually, I was just yesterday looking at immigration plans by Canada. So, Canada is expecting more than 400,000 for next year and upcoming year for 2021 and 2022. That's a big news. I don't know if you realize or not, because the biggest thing what driving prices in Toronto, in Windsor, all these cities where a lot of immigrants, where the population is growing. So that means the supply, the demand for a product is growing. That's why the prices are going up. And now actually there the Canadian immigration plan was to bring like 350,000 something. Now they increased it. There is some article actually, if you search for the immigration Canada something, let me find the link, I can put it there. So they say that like this is the first time after 1991, this year they're increasing that immigration amount, number of people. So why am I talking about that? Because that could impact on Windsor as well. That means, people out of 100%, 1% of the immigration is coming to Windsor, based on some stat I read a couple of months ago. So which means Windsor can expect a pretty good amount of immigration from the plan that they have. So that could definitely drive prices in Windsor. So my feeling, again, just yeah, I could be wrong, I could be correct, I don't know. I'm just my predictions based on what I'm seeing, based on the population growth that I've been seeing. I think at least Windsor will see this appreciation for next 2 to 3 years. That's my prediction. What would you feel good price to pay per unit for multifamily property in Windsor? 1% rule, 100K or less per unit? Or do you go by another rule? Good question. Actually, I just formed up a 17 unit building. I'm gonna make some videos on that. I'm buying a 17 unit building. So the reason I'm bringing up that, I was looking at what's the best number to come up with. So it's really hard to say based on per unit, because duplex price per unit will be different from triplex, fourplex, or the more units you have, the lower the per unit basis. Um, that being said, especially in the small multifamily, when I'm buying a small multifamily, I will look for cash flow instead of what's the price on per unit, because per unit, each unit can have bachelor units, each unit can have a single family bed, one bedroom units, it could have two bedroom units, it could have three bedroom units. So each unit will bring you different income. And also, like, maybe this units might have separate hydrometers, separate hydro and gas, or maybe no separate hydro and gas. So there are so many elements that to consider to come up with per unit. Rather, I will go for what's my cash flow on the small multifamilies. If it's a multifamily bigger building like the one I bought, what's the cap rate? Unfortunately, the building I'm buying, there is no cap rate because it's zero right now, because I have 5 units vacant, and my units all one bedroom, 12 one bedrooms and 5 bachelor. So my price per unit, I got it for 76,000 ish. And there are right now there is a property off market we are trying to sell, 12 unit. There are 6 2 bedrooms, 6 1 bedrooms, and the seller is trying to sell it for 100,000 per unit. And I have seen some other buildings where, recently I sold a building on Riverside. It was 10 units, mixed of 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, and 3 bedroom. It sold for approximately 110,000 per unit because the location is prime. So it depends on the location, depends on the number of bedrooms, depends on what's the current condition, depends on what's the current rents, depends on current potential. So obviously I can go on and on. It's better to talk about specific deal. Maybe a next live or somewhere, maybe I'll try to do analyzing a property live with you guys, so I can show you guys what's the best, what are the things to consider when you're looking at a property. I see there are 17 people live, but I only see 8 thumbs ups. Come on. If it's helpful, hit that thumbs up. If you need some energy, I come over. I'll give some coffee for hitting that thumbs up. Do you have new properties closing in 2 to 3 years? Not at the moment. I might have some pre-construction condos might come up in next 6 months, but right now, no. Karan Singh, which area in Windsor you feel is good for long-term investing? Walkerville versus University area versus South Windsor? Good question, Karan. Personally, South Windsor would be my first choice, because South Windsor is more like a family area where a lot of very good schools for kids. So obviously when there are like single family homes, the appreciation where less renters and more family homeowners, so there are more emotion there, so they will appreciate a lot comparative to other properties. So South Windsor would be for appreciation purpose, for family rental and for good quality tenants. But if you're more like a cash flow investor, probably University, because University will not go anywhere. You will have kids come back after COVID. Kids will come back. University students will come back, and you will be able to rent them for good cash flow. Again, depends on how close your property is to the university. Walkerville is a great one for people like I have. Even though I'm talking, I like South Windsor. I only have 1 property in South Windsor. I have like 3 properties in Walkerville and 3 properties in a university area. So Walkerville is one of the best place for investors who are starting out, where they cannot buy the South Windsor properties. For example, South Windsor, or like starting point itself is 400 and it's single family. So probably if you're buying for 20% down, you need 80 to 100 grand there. Whereas South Windsor, Walkerville, you can find a property for a duplex for 3 to 400 that can make, give you 3,000 gross income per month. So Walkerville is great for rentals and cash flow. What is your opinion on buying a passive running business like a grocery store and gas station? Abhishek, I'll be honest, I have no idea about those businesses. But I know one good thing about active business. You need to have active business that can generate revenue every month. So the reason is like now you make this active income from any business and you go buy passive income producing assets like real estate. So basically, active businesses, any business you take, groceries or gas station, or even like me, I'm doing sales, which is my active business. So any business, if you can manage well, if you grocery store and gas station always in need, but if you manage well, if you can market well, if you can bring more customers every month, you'll increase your income. So the more income you make, now you can go buy assets. So but I don't know specifically about groceries and gas. I know for sure their need, their must. Everyone need a gas. Maybe gas stations might change into electrical after few years, but groceries, everyone need groceries. I live in Brampton. Let's say I purchase a few student rentals in Windsor. Is there property management companies, and roughly what is their fee? Is it 10% of rental income? Here is good question. Yes, there are property management. Student rental, I did not came across any real good property management who can manage the student rental well, because student rental is more active. It's like an active business because kids always move in, move out year over year. But there are definitely good property management. So one of them I use very well. They charge us for me and my clients for 7.5%. So again, plus HST. So you're right. Approximately you pay 10% for property management. All those are those all Derek Foster's investing books on the shelf? Oh man, good eye. Yes, yes. One day I went so crazy about stocks. I bought all those books and I read them actually. Those are one of my favorite one. He talks a lot about dividend investing, which is my strategy for stocks that I've been using. So yeah, man, good eye, good eye. Ian, hey Ian, how much is the property tax for older houses with renovations on the inside? Oh man, that's a very broad question because property, where it is located, what's the price, what's the size, because bigger the house, bigger your property tax. In a better location, better the location, higher the tax. So but if you're looking at older houses, like I have, most of my houses are in Walkerville, West Windsor, where most of them are below 2500. So if you're going for South, I only have one house that I'm living in, which is like a border for South Windsor, not even South Windsor, it's like a border. So this property is the only one that is highest, close to 3000. Okay. Carmen, it has been difficult to find single family homes that have good cash on cash return in a seller's market like this, Windsor. How do you suggest finding good deals? Good question, Carmen. So, good deals can be made. So, yes, it's really challenging for buyers to find a good properties nowadays because there is a lot of bidding war. But that being said, you will always find good deals. One, keep looking. Always like keep analyze at least 10 properties a day, and maybe go see one or two properties out of that 10 properties. And if you look at like 10 properties in a week, make one or two offers at least. That's one tip. Two, look for the properties where don't just base on the price. Let's say if you're looking at a property, let's say it's currently 3 bedroom 1 bath, maybe see if you can add another bath, another living room in the basement, or maybe in the attic. how can you add value to the property to bring it up to the standards where you can appreciate your value. So value add in properties, when you're looking at value add in properties, obviously those are the properties will go lower than the market value because they are not updated, they are dated, they are old, and they need some work. So if the same property that is modern, updated, selling for 400, if this property, if you can get it for 300, 320, now you put in 30,000 or 40,000, now you made that 40, 50,000. So don't just look at the price, look at the properties where you can create value. It is been patient, or should I double down on multifamilies? Is it being patient? No, I would not say being patient. I'm a realtor. I'm still buying. I'm selling and I'm buying. I just have a 17 unit deal on contract. I have formed up already. I have a duplex on contract formed up already. So another 19 units adding to my portfolio this month. Closing next month. So I'm buying because I have a strategy. Can I add value to the property? Can I at least pull 70 to 80% of my money out? And can the property make cash flow after I pull my money out? That's my requirements, and I've been keep always looking at my requirements, and if I find something, I'll buy. I'll keep making offers until I get the property, because probably not all the properties will pick up for my price. And I'll look at the properties that are having some kind of challenge where normal people is not willing to take. For example, the duplex I'm buying right now have a challenge. It's a duplex. I have a duplex just beside that, like literally mine is 1400 block. This one is on 1000 block in Walkerville. So mine recently I refinanced and my property appraised for 350. Exact similar duplex. And this property, and it's the same zoning as well, but this property have some work orders. And the property actually pretty good condition, just because the owner was a little bit cheap and tried to rent. He made a third unit in the basement and he rented out that. So something happened, city came to know about it, and they came and put a work order on a bunch of things along with that unit. So now the property has a work order. I got it on contract for 250. So because there is an issue and normal people don't get scared of that. So you gotta be careful about, you gotta be looking for problems that you can solve. If you solve, you will get money for that in return. So problems or profits here. Matt McKeever's favorite quote, problems or profits. Always look for the problems that you can solve. And I see 23 people live and I only see 13 thumbs ups. Guys, if this is helpful, do me that favor, hit that thumbs up. And by the way, I'm gonna get out of the live in next 7 minutes. So I'm trying to shrink the lives for 30 minutes from here on. So throw in your questions. I'll answer as much as I can. Karan, which area do you feel that's already done? Abhishek, is it a realtor's job? Is it difficult to find clients, or is it difficult to convince a client? Good question, Abhishek. It's both difficult to find a client, difficult to convince a client. If you think it's difficult, but with the current technology that we have, one, you can utilize so many things, social media. If you're always adding value to people, you will easily find business over the period. And the sales is more like compounding effect. The more value you add, like just like this. So I'm genuinely giving a lot of knowledge that I'm gained through my journey, through my books, through the books I read, through the networking I did, and also my purchases. I did a lot of purchases and I went through those things. So I'm adding value. And not only this, like my first client, you know how I found him? One of my friend called me 4 years ago. He said he has a friend coming to Windsor and they need some help with accommodation for 1 or 2 days because they have a small kid and they are not willing to go into a hotel because they're not comfortable with that part. So I said, sure, come. I had a extra bedroom in my house and I also had a mattress and everything. So I said, sure, they can stay here. And after 2 years fast forward, they became my first clients. So I helped them long time ago and I totally forgot. They're on my Facebook, they've been watching me. And when I posted saying I just finished my exam, he reached out to me saying, I'm gonna start looking for a property soon, so as soon as you're done with your license, let me know. So that's how I added value long time ago, and that's coming back. So same way, if you add value, you'll find clients. And convincing, you don't have to convince. You gotta find out what your client is looking for, and you bring that property, automatically he's convinced. So that's a very, very big myth that many people go through. Sales is not convincing job. Sales is you find out what your client looking for and find that product that meets his requirements, that meets his needs. Then obviously they will buy. I was into IT. I was working full time in an IT job for 5 years and then I got out of it. And now it's been 1 year, 9 months. I sold over 150 properties so far. I didn't had any sales skills. I was just going with my instincts, my guts, and I was just adding value and trying to find right properties for my clients. That's exactly me and my team does now. So if you do the same thing, you will get the same results, or maybe more. You might have more skills. Okay, going back to the next question. Harry, what's the price range in South Windsor? So average home price in South Windsor for bungalows that are like 40, 50 years old bungalows, probably 400,000. If it's like really nice, if they are newer houses, probably 500, 550. Depends on how big, how many bedrooms and all those things. Carmen, how do you accurately find average rents in neighborhoods in Windsor? Do you have any method that scales and saves time? Yes, go on Kijiji and Marketplace, see how much approximate that type of units are renting that you're looking to rent. So you can find and how much they're listing for. And call around some property managements. Approximately, from my experience, for a 1 bedroom, 800 to 1000. For a 2 bedroom, 1000 to 1200. For a 3 bedroom, 12 to 1500. And it can go up if it's a single family detached home. It can go up if it's a multifamily or detached home and all those things. Hey Ranjit, I feel gas stations will start becoming less profitable once electrical car become more and more popular. I agree. I feel so. As self-employed, can I buy 10% down property? Yes, 10% down is something that if you're looking to buy, if your intention is to move into the house, so then you will get that insurance. So the mortgage guy will get insurance from an insurance company. Excuse me. So yes, you can get 10% down if your intention is to move in and if you qualify. Self-employed, some lenders need 2 years experience. Maybe very, very few lenders need 1 year experience if you're exceptionally doing well in your self-employment. Just my opinion, I agree. I agree with your opinion, Rajit. I feel the same. Vid Prakash. Hey Aditya, hope you remember our conversation last conversation. I bought a new house in London. Congratulations, buddy. Love those books. Read them all also. That's good. Yeah. And I read them and I also started to implement because now I have RRSPs. So I'm using my RRSPs to buy those stock dividend paying stocks. Farhan, I have 100,000 to buy real estate. I'm in Toronto, looking for single family in Windsor. Is it possible to manage long distance? Plus, what would be buying process like house showing, etc. Farhan, that's a good question. You can manage 100%. I have a lot of clients who are managing. You need a right team. if you're serious about buying in Windsor, I'm gonna put my DM me or Instagram me, or you should have my email address in the description. Email us with your contact info, or go on to my website. You can schedule a call with me if you're looking to buy in Windsor. We can talk more details. Name, surname. Oh man, what's your name? When I see listed houses on realtor.ca, can I check when and how much the house was purchased by current owner? I appreciate your answer. I think in Canada, we don't have that option yet. Only realtors can check that. So if you're working with a realtor, better ask them. They'll tell you. I'm planning to buy property in Windsor. Are there areas that are prone to floods? What do you think? House with a basement? Is the basement gonna be a headache? Okay, yes, there are some areas where those are flood zones. You can check on the city website. They will say a small statement, flood zone area, yes or no. You will see that. And on top of that, what I think about basements are a great way to add value. If it's unfinished and if it's enough height, maybe you can even put a basement suite. They're great because you can like literally put 50,000 money into it to convert a basement into a suite, or to add 2 or 3 bedrooms, especially if it's in a student rental area. Each bedroom can bring you $500 to $600. So yes, they are great. I see 26 people live. Guys, hit that thumbs up. That just say thank you with the hitting thumbs up. That's the way you can say me thank you. Thank you. Love the advice, and I appreciate you taking time to answer. Love Matt McKeever as well. Yes, me too. I'm a great fan of Matt McKeever and a good friend. Ketin, Bhaskaran, what do you think about Fort City? Fort City, I think it's gonna change. It's gonna change. Right now, that's the one area where it's still a little bit rough tenants. Still, you can find cheaper properties. So maybe if you can find a property, like I know an investor who just buy in Fort City. So his mission, he currently owns like 60 properties. His mission is to buy as much as properties now because it's cheaper, and then slowly improve them and put good quality tenants. So now he's improving the whole street. So a good place to start with, because the cost of entry is very low, but you need to be very careful to screen the tenants. Don't give to tenants that are not good. So screen tenants very well. Do you find properties that turnkey or mostly selling over asking price, or the selling going around asking price? So selling over asking or less asking, it really depends on the way they list the property. I repeat it again, the way they list the property. What I mean by that, let's say if the property, let's say a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, the actual market value is 350,000. And if they list that same property for 199, don't you think people will go crazy and put an offer on that? Everyone wants to try their luck. That's why the lottery is more popular. That's why people, just pay $5 and just try their luck. That's exactly what happens where the bidding war creates. So that's why when you're working with a realtor, you can ask them, hey, what do you think about the listing price? Is it listed really low, or is it listed market value or listed high? Right now, what I'm seeing, the properties that are listed really low are selling quickly with a bidding war. And the properties that are listed just at the market value, they're getting only 1 or 2 or 3 offers. If they are listed for over the market value, they're not getting much offers. So now go look for the properties that are not crazily listed low. Either they're just at the market value or just a little over market value. So that way now you don't have to compete. And if you have a good realtor, or if yourself a good negotiator, now you can negotiate hard and get the price down. Another tip for finding good properties. Assuming you're living in one unit. Yes, sir. You can get 5% down, 10% down if you're living in one unit. Sorry guys, I'm gonna hop out in next 30 seconds. So I'll take 1 or 2 questions last. Sometimes the mortgage issuer puts a restriction on renting any part of your primary residence, or do in that case? So generally there is no restrictions if your intention is to move into one unit, for sure. And once you purchase it, the lender doesn't even care if you're living in it or not. But if you're buying for 5 or 10 or 15, less than 20%, yes, the restriction is actually your intention should be moving into one unit, and they want to see that property should look like that you are moving in. That means if you're buying a 4-unit building and you're assuming all 4 units, that means it's clearly you're buying as an investment. Of course, they're going to reject it because it looks like an investment property. And if you're taking 1 or 2 units vacant, now it's clear. Okay, I will move into this unit. I'll let the other units rent it out. So I'll take one more last question. What are currently the delays people are seeing it with LTB? What are the currently delays people are seeing with the LTB? Landlord tenant board. Yes, there are delays on many things, but honestly, I don't clearly know what you're asking. I'm gonna hop out for now. Guys, thank you so much for joining me live. And I see 29 people live and 20 thumbs up. So hit that thumbs up button if you see value in my videos so far. If you really love the content, show me the love by that hitting thumbs up. And if you think if you guys need any help in Windsor specifically, give me a call. You can schedule a call with me with my website. You should have the schedule a call with me option. So me and my team, we are here to help you guys, especially if you're looking in Windsor or around Windsor. But if you're looking to get some help, if you're buying somewhere else or investing or realtor, I actually just started a mentoring program. So if you want one-on-one mentor with me, go on to my website, click on the mentor tab, and we can talk. Guys, with that, have a wonderful evening.